Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, time for new lockdowns. Oh, well, that's okay, as long as it's for everyone. Oh no, the government are ignoring it. The government have secret parties where they ignore their own rules. That can't be true. Before we get into this story, remember, if you're in the UK, you can come and see me live in Hammersmith at the beginning of February. Get your tickets now, or Margate, but I'm all over the country. Come see me. There's a link in the description to see me live. Let's see what this lot are up to now.
A week before Christmas, as millions were cancelling plans, the party may have taken place in the very building that had just proclaimed them banned last year.
Isn't this what a lot of us secretly suspect? That it's rules for us, but no rules for them? Okay, look, we're all pretending we're a nation. We're all pretending we're having one common experience. We're all pretending we're bonded by land and law and flag. So let's make sure we're all obeying the same rules. Now, what are the rules? Depends on who you are. Boris Johnson has said he apologises unreservedly. So that means some of his other apologies, there were reservations. I apologise, but I don't fucking mean it. For a video showing Downing Street officials joking about a staff party that took place amid the peak of lockdown last December, while still insisting that as far as he was aware, no party took place. Look, I'm sorry for the party, but there was no party that took place. I'm very sorry that we had a party against our own lockdown laws, but I'm sorrier still that there weren't no party what even ever happened. Which is it? Was there a party and you're sorry, or was there no party? I can understand how infuriating it would be to think that the people who have been setting the rules have not been following the rules. Infuriating and utterly consistent with the ordinary experience of those of us that are governed by centralised, corrupt, apparently democratic administrations. Adding, I was also furious to see that clip. What made me most furious is that it exposes all the lies that we've been telling. That's what it is all the time. You know when someone gets sacked, they don't get sacked because they've done something wrong. They get sacked because they've been caught doing something wrong. They can no longer sustain the illusion that they are obeying their own rules. They can no longer sustain the illusion that there's legitimacy to their power. Oh no, you've been caught having parties. It's okay to have the parties, just don't get caught having the parties. You can have the parties, that's irrelevant. But if you get caught having the parties, how can we go, right everyone, it's Omicron, it's a villain out of Transformers, it's coming to get you this Christmas. Lock yourself down and obey us, because it's really serious and necessary, and the lockdown definitely works. Oh, so you'll be locked down then? Well, we'll be saying that we are. That's basically the same as real, isn't it? No, that's not the same. That's lying. He told the Commons at the start of Prime Minister's Question Time on Wednesday, that's Congress for you, or in Australia, whatever you have governing you now. And I don't even want to come up with a word for what's going on over there. I apologise unreservedly for the offence that it's caused up and down the country. You're not apologising for the event, you're apologising for the offence. And I apologise for the impression it gives. As you become more awake, you will realise life is telling you everything you need to know. I apologise for the offence, not for the action. I apologise for the impression, not for the reality. This is what a real apology would look like. I'm sorry that we are setting rules for you that we are unwilling to obey ourselves, because what this does is exposes that we see ourselves as different to you, and you know that already from the way we live and the way we behave. It also exposes that perhaps some of the laws could be investigated more thoroughly before instantiated, because our personal experiences, we're not able to obey them. He had instructed Simon Case, the Cabinet Secretary, to look into the matter. Oh, we'll be fine then. And that disciplinary action would be taken against any staff found to have breached the rules. Number 10 staff seemingly held two parties. If one party is good, two parties is fantastic. And what's really good about that is that's how many parties you get to vote for whenever there's an election. And both of them are shit. Insider said the Prime Minister attended one gathering and remarked on how packed it was. Bloody hell, this one, I like this party, it's nice and packed, isn't it? I mean, I apologise, I'm sorry, I'm not here, there wasn't a party, I'm sorry for it, and any offence I'm causing right now. Witnesses have come forward to detail party games and festivities. I mean, it's like really thorough thing. It's not like a vague, oh, would you call that a party? I mean, really, or it was just an informal thing. We just had a bit of a chat at the end of the workday. Festivities, games, special appearances, and now Jay-Z! Beyond midnight in Downing Street during the winter 2020 lockdown. And by the way, what I say, that's the one where no one knew nothing. So everyone was like, what's going on? This is scary, when we didn't see each other for ages, that no matter how your views may have subsequently evolved in response to your own interpretation of available data, then that was the bit where everyone was like, what's going on, man? Like, everyone was freaking out. Johnson and his press secretary said on Wednesday that they don't recognise some of the reports. Probably because they were too pissed. I don't recognise this report. I don't remember Mad Hancock being there. Oh, he was next door with someone he works with. I hope they were social distancing. Not really. The allegations centre around two events: a leaving party on November the 27th, believed to have been for Cleo Watson, a former aide to Dominic Cummings, who himself caused a furore by breaching lockdown rules. A source with knowledge of the 27th of November gathering told The Guardian that Johnson came in and made a speech mentioning how crowded it was. It's almost as if no one's got anything else to do, because everything else is shut. Yeah, we shut everything else, so we're all here. Ray! There were, the source added, loads of leaving parties and unplanned social events that took place in Downing Street throughout the second and third lockdowns. Downing Street is our White House. That is the epitome of power. It's a synecdoche for power. Number 10, Downing Street. It means the seat of the essential king or queen, but usually king. The dominant political power. If within there they are not obeying their own rules, what does that tell you? Rules for thee, but not for me. At the time of the 18th of December party, London was at the top level of COVID restrictions, tier 3. December the 17th, the Met Police shut down a wedding attended by nearly 40 people. Wow, because they was normal people. The force issued a tweet warning people holding large gatherings could be the difference between life and death for someone else. December 18th, a boozy party takes place in number 10 with 40 people reportedly attending. So literally the next day after the police tweeted that this is life and death stuff, meanwhile, at Downing Street, we're not social distanced, we're not social distanced,
I've just seen reports on Twitter that there was a Downing Street Christmas party on Friday night. Do you recognise those reports?
I went home. Hold on. What's the answer?
I don't know.
It wasn't a party, it was cheese and wine.
Just be clear, it's not.
Is cheese and wine all right?
The cheese and wine thing's an interesting inference because what you can discern from that is that we're different than you. We have cheese and wine parties, not like you with your Pringles, watching your little tellies and eating peanuts at a bar with 10 types of piss on them. We're having cheese and wine.
Last Christmas, were Christmas parties allowed in London?
So look, if you're, so generally no.
Generally no. Well, I don't know. Whose party is it? Is it a party of rich people? Or is it a party of poor people? Rich people, cheese and wine. Poor people, boo-hoo, go home before you disease me.
All rules were followed at all times in number 10.
You're 100% confident?
I'm absolutely confident.
You did shake your head though.
I'm absolutely confident.
I'm 100% confident that I'm not saying a lie out of my mouth hole.
In the heart of government, that all rules would have been followed at all times.
What's that language? I've been reassured. It's all like obfuscation and dissemination because they don't have the privilege of the truth. That's the one privilege they don't have.
Labour MPs have asked the police to investigate. Yesterday, the policing minister said that would be up to officers.
Shall we investigate this case? Apparently there was an illegal party. Oh yes, where was it held? Number 10 Downing Street. I've heard of that, number 10 Downing Street. Sorry, is that where the people that pay us live? Yeah, that's where they live. Yeah, just let them off, shall we? Yeah, I thought so, sir, yes.
Still today, the Prime Minister was insisting no rules had been broken. But our source has told us differently.
Seeing this all in the papers, I couldn't not say anything. I'm so angry about it all.
I hate them fake news voices. I like to think it's the shadow of that plant that's talking.
The way it's being denied.
And most of all, what's upsetting for me is I'm a plant. I couldn't actually socially distance because when fuckers come up to me, I'm planted in a pot.
I can tell you that the guidelines were followed at all times.
Obviously, I have no opinion on what regulations should be in place, but I do have this opinion. If you impose regulations, you should live by those regulations, that people that govern should be subject to the rules they impose on everybody else. And if they ain't, that's deeply revealing about the nature of the democracy that you live in and I live in. And it's a sign that we could do better, that we should do better, and we'll never do better using the machinery and system that is designed to act in the exact fashion that it currently is. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going. Could we have a better democracy? What should happen to the people that have these parties? How does it make you feel about the lockdown in general? What does it make you feel emotionally? What does this do to you? Give this video a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. And also, please consider signing up to my Awakening side channel where I do meditations every day. There's one. Have a look at this cheeky little video as well. Similar themes. It's very important to me too that you sign up to my mailing list so I can stay in contact with you, let you know my sources, what I'm thinking, what I'm reading, what I'm up to, tell you about live events that I'm doing. Like, for example, I'm touring from January to May all over the UK, Hammersmith Apollo, London, February. Unless we're on lockdown, stay free.